I thought, since I don't really have much of anything else to film, that I could film how I cut my bangs. So right now, this is how they look. So I cut them to where like the sides are longer and then in the middle it's shorter. I don't know what you would call that. I'm not a hairstylist. But this is just how I like it. So first what I'm going to do is just like find the part, which I already did, and kind of part it away from like any longer hair so that I don't cut. So if you're wondering, I am not going through a midlife crisis. I am not bored. I always cut my own bangs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comb them out so that like all the hairs are just sort of out like that. So then I think I'm going to cut the middle part first. So to even get like the middle part, what you're supposed to do is part a triangle at the top of your head like this. So I'm going to part that triangle, and it should be about that big if you are trying to achieve the bangs that I'm doing, or if you just want to see me cut my hair, that's cool too. Then after I part it, I'm going to comb them out again just so all the hairs are kind of laid out. Before I cut upwards, I'm only going to cut them about half of the way that I actually want them at, so that when I do cut upwards to sort of blend them, I'm not cutting off too much hair and I don't, you know, like initially mess up and cut too much off. So I'm just going to keep cutting little by little until I get to the length that I want, and then I'll start blending them. So now I think they're sort of at the halfway point. My bangs used to be like right here. So to me, this is a halfway point of where I actually want them to be, which is my eyebrows. So here's where I'm going to start blending them. Because when you blend them, you're obviously going to be cutting off more length. So you don't want to cut them at the actual length you want them at yet. So already it's looking pretty blended, and I'm really liking how it looks. If some parts are still looking more straighter than the others, what you can do is just spread out the hair like that and take it like this, and then blend it like that, and it'll work. And it'll be much easier. So this is sort of what they're looking like right now. I think I might blend them a little bit more because there's still some parts where they're looking pretty blunt. Yeah, so now I can do these side parts. So now that I have the side parts out, I'm gonna want it to blend, like to sort of like, I'm gonna want the hairs to sort of like go like this, if that makes sense. And to make sure that there's not like a huge jump from length like this, I'm going to start to, I'm going to cut this section first, but I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. So the next thing you're going to do here is just basically blend it as well so that there's not like straight lines going like that. But when I blend it, I am going to spread it out a little bit more. So then to me, that's exactly how I want it. If you see like the gradual, and I don't want it too long because last time I left it a little bit too long and then I did this way shorter than like this part and I didn't really like the way it looks. So this time around, I'm gonna do that a little bit differently. So now I still have this part to cut. So then now I put a little bit of dry shampoo so you can kind of get a gist of how they look. And yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to cut them too short. And I know I'm not a hairdresser, I know I'm not like a professional, but if you found this helpful, let me know. And yeah, I learned how to cut them through videos on YouTube, and I sort of took those tips and I made them my own, and I sort of modified them in order to cut my bangs the way I like them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you don't think that my bangs look terrible and that I'm crazy for doing this, but yeah, this is just how I do it.